3 in your town is more like 3 in your kitchen this week. That's where we are today. The home of Lodge Cast Iron for more than 125 years in South Pittsburgh with Chef Chris Stubblefield. Chris, what we're looking at here is what we see in a lot of kitchens. That's a dirty cast iron skillet. Sometimes, and I can be guilty of this, we don't know how to correctly clean a cast iron skillet. And we've got Chris here to help us clean one of these bad boys.
It's super simple. So number one, hot water and a stiff bristle brush. We're going to be using things from our care kit today.
You hear cast iron and you hear water is the enemy of cast iron. Not necessarily the case.
Yeah, as long as you're not soaking it, I definitely wouldn't put it in the dishwasher. We're going to scrape away that debris.
Okay, rinse it out.
Yeah, rinse it out.
See, is this giving anyone anxiety at home right now? Because we've got water and cast iron.
We'll give them a little bit more anxiety when we put some soap on it. Soap used to have lye in it, and lye would strip out the seasoning in a cast iron skillet, which is why your grandmother said don't do that.
That's where it all comes from.
Yeah, you're not really going to hurt your cast iron seasoning with a mild dish detergent. Let's rinse it out, and then we've got a couple more important steps. We want to dry it completely. You can also leave this on your stovetop on low. This is bone dry, and we're going to take a little bit of seasoning spray. Paul, I'm going to let you do this because you haven't done this before, and it'll be fun. You're gonna spray?
Not exactly correctly, I will say. This is kind of what brought this idea about for me is you go over a friend's house or a relative's house and you're like, the sheen on their cast iron skillet looks a lot better than mine in some cases. How do I get that?
Well, today we're gonna give it some Paul Shaheen. That stuff's pretty powerful. Spritz. Yeah, that's perfect. We just want to make sure that we are coating the entire surface of the cast iron. Okay. All right, and this is going to protect it from ambient moisture. It's a Shaheen shine here. You heard it here first.
You're from Swanee, right?
I am.
You're a local guy. You take pride in the fact that you can go anywhere in this world and find Lodge cast iron skillets, and they are right here in South Pittsburgh.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it feels like a homing beacon. You know, you're walking down the street somewhere, and I mean, I've seen it in different countries. There's a sense of pride in it for sure. Not just for me, for everybody here, the community.
There's a reason that I wore my Tennessee shirt today.
I love it.
That is because we're taking pride in Lodge coming from South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. Who hasn't been to, say, a garage sale, a yard sale, ag sale, whatever one you want to call it? Who hasn't been to one and you've seen one of these on sale for $1 because some homeowner found it in their grandfather's closet and they don't want to. This is redeemable, is what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't look great. But what Paul has, this is called a rust eraser. We sell these in our factory stores and on our website. It's got a micro abrasive in it, and so when you rub it on the skillet, it'll just disappear. We'll wash it with soap and water. We would want to dry it immediately, and then we would wipe it with oil. And then we would walk through those seasoning steps, 450 to 500 degrees for an hour to 2 hours.
This is how they do it on the cooking shows, right? Stay right there. Keep rolling. It's okay. It's just showing behind the scenes. Shh.
It's been an hour.
Hey, let's check it out. Would you look? Look at this beauty.
That's funny.
It is.
Funny story. So you know how like when you grow up and you feel like you want to be independent and all this stuff. First off, my grandmother would watch this story and say, "You're a lie, Paul, and the truth ain't in you." She would not allow me to wash that cast iron. And so I didn't know that until after. I thought I wanted to be like Mr. Clean Up and fix eggs. I washed the pan and my grandmother walked in. She was like, "Where's my pan?" And I was like, "Oh, it's over there in the dishwasher."
Oh my goodness, you committed a sin.
You might as well say I did. Growing up as an Alabama boy, and just, man, please, I gotta let my grandmother see that because she's not gonna believe that.
You do. You need to send it to her.
I will. She's not gonna believe that. Like my grandmother would just absolutely no. Do not wash your cast iron. I actually have rust in mine now because I washed it because I didn't want to follow grandmother's rules, and now I gotta get a new one.
There's a couple of products there that can help you out.
Absolutely.